Hi, Luke Haynes here, and I wanted to go over a few exercises that I personally do for my shoulders and that I teach people to do in our shoulder pain workshops. These are very simple things. First, let me talk a little bit about what we do with these. These are basically stretches that we use to decrease inflammation and improve muscular performance, designed to bring pain down and let us limber these muscles up, get them ready for the day. Ideally, we do these things first thing in the morning and first thing and last thing of the day. So there's 6 things that we look at, and I try to do these to cover all of the different potential issues that we could be dealing with in the shoulder. So the very first one is that I do is something that I call the Peter Pan. So if we think about Peter Pan, what Peter Pan does is he pumps up here and he assumes this position. Well, what we do is we then take this position. I'm going to, instead of having a fist, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to roll my elbows forward like such. So I'm going to turn a little bit to the side here. So when I do that, the elbows should come just forward of the chest bone, the breastbone. And what you're going to do is you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch on the back side here. So my general approach to these stretches, there's really not a right way or a wrong way, but the approach that I take is I'm gonna hold this position for 3 to 5 seconds, and I'm gonna do it 3 to 5 repetitions. It's what I call my 3 to 5 of 3 of 5. So I'm gonna do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I might do that 3 to 5 times, just like that. So that's what we call the Peter Pan. The second one is putting the arm behind the back. I'm going to take this, I'm going to reach. Now, on this one, if you have significant shoulder pain, you may not be able to do that. And that's fine. Just skip this one until you continue to do these and you do find that you can do this. So again, the second one, I'm going to reach behind. I'm going to grab this hand with my other hand. I'm going to pull it across my body just a little further, and then I'm going to lean my head away. Again, I'm going to apply the 3 to 5 of 3 of 5. I'm going to hold it 3 to 5 seconds, and I'm going to let it off. I'm going to hold it 3 to 5 seconds, and I'm going to let it off. And again, 3 to 5 seconds, and I'm going to let it off. Okay, so that's the second one, the arm behind the back. The third one that I like to do is a stretch for a couple of muscles up in the neck and the upper shoulder. So we have the upper trapezius muscle, and then a little bit closer to the neck, also we call the levator. So two very similar stretches for here that we're just going to lump these together. So in this position, I'm going to keep this shoulder down. I'm going to turn my head to the opposite side, almost in line with my armpit, if you will. And from here, I'm going to just give a nice little tug. I'm not getting aggressive. I'm not causing pain. I just want a little bit of a stretch on these 2 main muscles here. So I'm just going to pull right here. 3 to 5, like such. Now, a modification of that one, if you want to really stress the upper traps, instead of rotating, you can just leave the head nice straight forward and just pull right here. What you may want to do instead is do one this way, a 3 to 5 second hold, and then rotate and do one here. That way we address both muscles at the same time. Just like such. So that's number 3.
Your arms back.
So what we do on this one is we bring the hands back, right behind the head, at the base of the head and in the neck. And I'm going to extend the elbows back. And what we should feel here is a nice stretch on the front side. Just right there. Again, we're going to do that 3 to 5 seconds, and we're going to do it 3 to 5 times. A 3 to 5 second hold, 3 to 5 repetitions. The next thing we're going to do is for something we call impingement. Now, impingement just talks about when there's a lot of pressure in between the outside edge of the shoulder blade and the upper arm bone itself. There's not a lot of room in there, and whenever things get painful and sore, everything just gets really tightened down. So what we're going to do, we can sit in any chair for this. We're going to grab the side of the chair. We're going to really get a nice grip here, but the upper arm, we're going to let this part relax. And so from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to lean away. And basically all we're doing here is creating a little separation, a little distraction, in this part of the shoulder joint. I'm not trying to aggressively pull over, just enough so that I can feel that separation right there. This should be comfortable. It shouldn't be a painful process. If it's painful, then you're probably pulling too hard. You just back off a little bit. A lot of people also feel if they combined leaning the head, they can also get some of this stretch in the upper trap here as well. So just the seated arm lean for that part right there, for the impingement. Okay, now lastly is something very simple, very basic. This has more to do with the shoulder blades and the muscles in and around the shoulder blades and in the muscles up here, the upper traps and the levator that we talked about. These are the shoulder rolls. I know it sounds very simple, and it is, but it can be a very good way to decrease stress, muscular stress and tension. And all we're going to do here is make big rolls, big circles out of the shoulders. Here I'm probably going to do 10 repetitions, both backward and forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see how big of a circle we're actually looking at here. So I want really nice and high, really far back, way far down, all the way forward in that motion right there. Both backwards and forwards, like such. So those are the 6 basic stretches or exercises that you can do to decrease and control your shoulder pain and dysfunction. You want to hold each of those for 3 to 5 seconds and do it 3 to 5 times. All in all, this should take no more than about 5 minutes to go through. Again, I use them on my shoulders. I try to do it every day, but especially if I'm having some shoulder issues, and it can really help decrease the shoulder pain that I deal with. If you have any questions, comment below or feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot.